Hi everyone, in today's video we are going to try the fastest SUVs in Forza Horizon 5. So this is the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk, one of the fastest in the game when it comes to SUVs, sports utility vehicle class, and we're going to try a bunch of these today. I think I have about 10 of them, so we'll see what we can do. There you go. A little off-roading in the Trackhawk. Let's get the inside view. Look at that reflection of that line, that accent line, the trim that's going around. That's kind of annoying. Why do they have that reflection so like dark and obstructing the view? But in any case, we're gonna now go to our Runway Jump, and from there we're going to take each car out, and I've already spec'd them out and tuned them to their fastest possible tune that I could find, and we're going to take each one of these out on a jump and we'll see how they do. So here we go. Let's drive over to it from here.
Yards, turn right.
The handling on this one is not that straightforward. Alright, once you start adding all that speed, it handles all funny. So the Trackhawk is what we got right now. And some surprise ones are coming up. We got a BMW on the roster. We've got a Maserati even on the roster. So I'm going to show you the SUVs from each one of these brands. We got obviously a Porsche SUV. Let me know in the chat which one you think it's gonna be. I got no Toyotas or anything like that. Obviously we're really going for like these supercars. Obviously we have the Urus, the Lamborghini Urus, so that's there. So lots of really cool SUVs that we're gonna try out, and we're gonna see what these cars do against one another, and which one is gonna be, oh no, which one is gonna be, look, I just made it. How about that? Very, very jerky. So the SUVs in this game are obviously notoriously poorly handled. They really are very frustrating, and I don't do a lot of rally stuff, so I'm also not very good at driving them, but a lot of them are really powerful and really cool. So this gives us an opportunity to kind of try all of these out and see which ones are the ones that are obviously the fastest. All right, so this is our first one.
200 yards, turn left.
Knocking out all these little airplanes out the way. And there you go.
You have arrived at your destination.
We're at our jump. And here we go. No time wasted. Let's go. The Jeep Trackhawk Grand Cherokee, one of the fastest SUVs in the game. Let's see what kind of speed and airtime we can pull with this. Okay, 235. Woo! Okay, that's a lot. 2,000. Okay, that's a lot more than I thought, actually. A lot of cars smaller than this and lighter than this don't go that far, I feel like. But somehow, this thing got us traveling through the air 2,000 feet. That was crazy. All right, that's definitely a surprise. I did not expect that. All right, we're gonna try one more time. We're gonna try a barrel this time, and then we'll switch on to the next car, and I'll let you see what we got in store today. So here we go. Do a little off-roading. What these cars are known for. There you go. Woo! The acceleration is crazy. Definitely amazing. Whew. There you go. How about that? Let's move on. Let's try barrel this round. What's up, Jeff? Forza Horizon 5 here. Alright, I'm gonna try to turn early because no, couldn't do a barrel. I turned early, but still not enough. Are we hitting the bridge? Oh my gosh. This thing keeps on almost crossing the entire river though. So that's pretty crazy. Alright, we do gotta try a barrel though. So we are gonna go another round. And we're gonna try to do a barrel. What's up, Aaliyah? How's it going? What's your favorite SUV? Let me know in the chat. Right now, I'm going to showcase the fastest SUVs in Forza Horizon 5. The first one is the one I'm in right now, which is the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. Alright, let's just show the name real quick. Yep, it's a 2018 Trackhawk. Alright, and I got the fastest tune that I could find. I have that installed on it. And we're trying to see how fast this thing can be. And then hopefully by the end of this video and this live stream, we'll have a winner, which will be the fastest in the series of cars that we're about to look at. All right, so here we go. All right, let me get back a little bit past the fence so we get a little more speed. See what we can do with that. There you go. Okay, lots of speed. It's mighty fast. Super fast. For sure for an SUV. Handles really terrible though. There's our barrel. I got a barrel in. Oh, but way off the bridge. Alright, didn't make it to the bridge, but we got our barrel in. Alright, so we're ready for the next one. And let me just check the next one on my list. We got the Porsche Cayenne Turbo next. Alright. So the Cayenne Turbo is what we're gonna try next. Let's head on to the back where we take off from. What's up, Gabriel? Let me know if there's an SUV that you guys want me to try. I'll try, but today's focus of the live stream is exclusively on SUVs, Jeeps, 4x4s. That's what we're doing today. I never drive these cars, so I figured I'd do a live stream and that'll force me to drive and try some of these cars. I'm just being selfish. But I think they're fun cars. There you go. Back at it. All right, so we'll start here and go to our Porsche next. Switching to the Porsche. There you go. And the Cayenne Turbo. That's the one we're getting in. All black everything. There you go. Beautiful looking car. Let's do a little walk around. A little walk through. Back. All right. Very nice looking car. Inside, here's what it looks like. I'm gonna take a little sip of the drink. All right, here we go. We'll start inside and we'll hop out. Sounds pretty good. All right, not as fast acceleration as the Trackhawk for sure. I don't think it's gonna get up to 230 or whatever. Yeah, 220. So definitely not as fast as the Trackhawk. Trackhawk was definitely faster. All right, but this handled way better. This felt way more, I guess, comfortable to drive. Drove like a car, which is always nice. I look for those SUVs kind of that are easier to handle, and this one is definitely one of those. All right, definitely easier to handle, really good handling. The acceleration is just not as fast as a Trackhawk, so we never got to really high numbers in speed. We did cross 200, but we didn't get to like 230, 235, 240, which is what I think the Trackhawk was getting us. All right, here we go. All right, we'll go back a little. You know what? Let me straighten out a little bit. Yeah, this is a better path, right? Yeah, we got a lot more here. This car is gonna need a bigger run up to the jump, because obviously it's not catching the same amount of acceleration. So we need that a little bit. All right, here we go. All right, this might be a little bit better because we got to 100 real quick. Now we're at 170, going up still. See, the acceleration is just not as fast as the Trackhawk. All right, here we go. Still. Oh my gosh, didn't get to do a barrel. I was trying to do a barrel, but also trying to keep my eye on the speed. We got to like 220 or something. A lot of little spins, and then we're upside down. But this game always turns your cars back on their four wheels. As much as it possibly can, it does that. All right, so here we go. We're gonna try one more time with the Porsche Cayenne, and we're gonna try to do that barrel. So Trackhawk is definitely ahead right now as a faster SUV than the Porsche Cayenne Turbo. Very nice car, the nice handling car. I like it a lot better. It's way more responsive. The turns are way sharper. The handling feels, man, it's not gonna go crazy on me and spin out. So I like that. Oh, try to do a 360. Did almost two of them. All right, this time around the focus is not going to be on speed. It's going to be on getting the barrel done. All right, this has better handling, so I'm confident that this round the barrel will be a little bit better. We'll hopefully succeed this round. Last time we didn't. There you go, there you go, there you go. That is a weird barrel. Okay. It's something, it's not a barrel. Ah, crazy jump. So I knew with these SUVs, the way they handle, the jumps are gonna be weird, and they definitely are. So far, all the jumps have been a little bit weird, a little bit unexpected, a little bit, you know, surprising. So that's what we get, which is cool. Alright, I'm going to try one more time. I think we can do a cleaner barrel. That started off as a barrel but didn't end well. So this round we're going to try to do a better job. Okay, got my 360 in. See, this one just handles better. There you go. Look at that. How smooth. Okay, here we go. Barrel, barrel. Here we come. And I'll also show you the skill tree after this. Okay, barely got to 200, 215 coming up. There you go. I knew we could do a better barrel, and we just did. But this time, too far to the right. I created a bigger angle. Definitely not getting to the bridge with that. Alright. Maybe when we have a winner at the end, we'll pick one and we'll try to land. We'll try to do a bridge landing with one of them. I can't keep trying the bridge landing with all of them, because it takes a few attempts, let's just say. If you've seen any of my past videos, it takes a while to get on the bridge. Alright. So here we go. Porsche Cayenne Turbo. Really nice handler. Very fast for an SUV, but just not as fast as a Trackhawk, but handles way better and sounds really good too. So awesome on all fronts. Acceleration was a lot slower than the Trackhawk. It's very fast acceleration, don't get me wrong, as performance class has too, but compared to the Trackhawk, the acceleration was not up to par, which is why the Trackhawk got up to like 240, and this one just got up to about 220. All right, next car. The next one is the Aston Martin DBX. All right, let's go. Should be right here somewhere. There we go. The DBX. So this is the Aston Martin SUV. We already got it spec'd out. Want to see what it can do. Oh, I forgot to look at... Oh, this one looks really nice, guys. Look at that. Oh, typical Aston Martin styling. Can't go wrong with that. They make beautiful looking cars. Very nice. James Bond looking stuff. I love it. The interior is pretty cool, futuristic. All right, we'll start on the inside. Look at those giant paddle shifters. The steering is really cool looking. Also, everything looks real good. All right, that's all we got. Now let's go ahead and actually, you know, we'll start outside because I want to hear the sound a little bit better this time. And while we're here, before we even start, so I don't forget later, let's look at the car mastery. I haven't driven any of these SUVs very much at all. So this is the skill tree we got. All right. Gotta do this. Gotta do this. I don't have enough to kind of do anything more. So there you go. That's all we get right now. All right. Here we go. Let's start. Woo! Man, those lights look so nice. And it's nighttime. Alright, so the acceleration is even slower than the Porsche. I'm not sure what we're about to get. We did cross 200. Very fast. Handles kind of like the Porsche, but less sharpness, you could say. And look at the weight. It's not going anywhere. That Trackhawk went almost the entire river, almost across the river. That Jeep Trackhawk. That was pretty cool. The Porsche got to the island, didn't do too much, didn't even get to midway, and this one barely got past the beach. So, you know, speed does matter. In this case, the acceleration was a lot slower. All right, we're gonna go try to do a barrel. I think the barrel is gonna be just like the Porsche in this one, but the Porsche definitely was a better driving and better feeling car than this, but it does feel nice. Yeah, handles pretty good. All right, just not very hard on acceleration. All right, we got that. 360s are done and possible. There you go. We go back a little further this round and let's try again. All right, and this time we're gonna ride on the inside. Woo! Man, this even sounds so good on the inside. What's up, Colton? You know what, Colton? I literally just finished the Hot Wheels in this game. Didn't get to do barrel. Got distracted. But anyway, talking about beating the game, I've had this game for, oh my god, this didn't even get to the water. Like literally not even the beach really. Alright. But I have the Rally and the Hot Wheels DLC for this game. And I've had this game for a very long time. I've been a Forza fan for a long time. And I just never played the Hot Wheels. That stuff didn't appeal to me as much. So I never really got into it. But there are some cars I wanted to unlock because those cars can only come from Hot Wheels. I had to finish that. So yesterday I finished the entire Hot Wheels, all like tiers, starting from whatever their novice level was, performance class B cars, all the way to the legends I went to. All right, all in one day. I did like 6 hours, man. It was crazy. But I did get my cars. I'll do a separate video on the cars that I got and unlocked from the Hot Wheels DLC. 2 cars in particular are really, really amazing from the Hot Wheels DLC. But anyway, let me focus. We gotta try to do this barrel. Night skies. There you go. Look at that, like a rocket, and we straight on the bridge too. Come on. Look at that. Straight on the bridge, and we're off. So that's the Aston Martin. All right, the DBX. So far, the only one that I was able to actually get to land on the bridge. Too bad it didn't go too far. Too bad it doesn't cover enough distance, and too bad its acceleration is the slowest of the 3 cars that we've tested so far. Again, these are the fastest SUVs in Forza Horizon 5 that I'm showcasing tonight. And this was number 3 on the list. But so far, the clear winner, if you were to look for the fastest possible SUV or 4x4 or a Jeep, whatever you want to call it. If you're looking for the fastest one so far, the fastest one we got is the Jeep Trackhawk. But it handled like, I don't know what. It handled terribly, all right? So I wouldn't be driving that car, and that's why I don't drive that car very much. It just handles poorly. All right, we're ready to switch on to the next. Moving on to the next. All right, and our next car is the Bentley Bentega. Let's go for the Bentley Bentega. One of the fastest SUVs in the game. The Bentega. I got the gold paint on it right now. Let's deliver. And this is not stock. I've tuned it up. I've tuned up all of these cars to the fastest possible tune that I could find. And that's what we see on these cars right now. Let me step back a little bit. All right. Let's do a little check. Oh, you know what? Let me go into the lights. Let me go into the light. Do a proper, you know, walk around. Let's do a proper walk around. There you go. All right. Lights. It's darker here for some reason, even though I'm standing under the lights. All right, the front, classic Bentley, beautiful, big grille, big lights. All right, look at that body kit. The wheels look real good in this tune. All right, and the back, of course, is the back. Inside, this is what we got, right-hand driving. All right, let me... All right, I'm just trying to gain some footing here, so that we have a nice big runway to try to get to our ramp. All right, so here we go. Let's go. All right, so this one is accelerating a lot faster right now anyway. But now it's slowing down a little bit. But we got to 200 faster than the last car. All right, 220, so this is definitely faster. After the Trackhawk, 230, 232. Woo! Look at that thing fly. 232 miles per hour, and we almost got there. Very similar to the Trackhawk. Look at that. And it actually crossed the river, but just not, you know, all the way. It just, you know, kind of rolled past to the beach. So really fast, guys. All right, really fast. And this, I would go with this over the Trackhawk because this handles way better. All right, it feels way better. The force feedback I'm feeling in the wheel is way better than I was feeling in the Trackhawk. And I think the Trackhawk, the tuning setup that I had on it had a lot to do with it. It just wasn't focused on handling. It was a drag tune, so a lot of times the drag tunes don't handle as well because they just got to go straight line, right? So in this case, whatever this tune was that I found, it had better handling, and it just handles. It has a lot more of a sporty feel, just like the Aston Martin. Actually, the handling feels almost exactly like the Aston Martin that we just drove. Not as good as the Porsche we drove. The Porsche definitely wins the handling battle so far. The Porsche Cayenne was the best in handling, but this one is a little bit of handling and a lot of speed, so it beats the Porsche in speed, which is today's main point, right? We're trying to find the fastest possible SUVs today. So we are going to now try the barrel roll, see where we get. All right, here we go. Woo! Yeah, very fast acceleration. I kind of wish the Porsche had this, because then it would have really been a perfect little SUV. It was the best driving experience. It just wasn't as fast. Look at this barrel, first try, and we got there. We didn't get on the bridge, but wow. Okay, it's actually a very well balanced SUV. You notice how it drops, you notice how it comes off the jump, and it's on all four wheels. It doesn't do anything crazy like kind of what the Porsche did. The Porsche kind of was a little too light, and compared to this anyway, and it felt like it was just gonna get tossed around once it landed, and that's exactly what it did. This one lands with a thud, like nice, heavy, very cool, very confidence building kind of a thud. All right, so there you go. That's the Bentley Bentega. Better than I thought. Way better than I thought. I had zero expectations of the Bentley. I thought the Bentley was going to be one of the worst of these speedy ones. It is speedy. It's a big car, big engine and all that. But I didn't think it was going to be as good. There you go. 360 complete. 180 complete. All right. Next car. What do we got next on deck? So, wow. I'm going to try to keep track of some of this. So, the Trackhawk was the fastest. Bentley was the second fastest. All right. So, we got Trackhawk and the Bentley so far. Next up is the BMW X6 M. This is not going to be the Forza edition, by the way. All right. So, this, everybody knows the Forza edition version of this car. But let's go ahead and not do that one. All right, BMW, there you are. So this is the one everybody knows right here, the X6 M Forza edition, the 2011. But we're talking about the non-Forza edition because that allowed you to tune it up a little bit differently. So if you notice, the speed on this is 8.7, handling 6.3, and acceleration and launch are 10 and 10. I'm sorry, the wrong car. So speed 9.1, handling 5.2, acceleration and launch are 10 and 10. When we go to Forza edition, it's 8.0 on speed, and our non-Forza was 9.1 on speed. So it has a higher top speed. And the handling on the Forza edition is better, 9.5. The handling on the X5 is terrible at 5.2. But the acceleration and launch are still a max 10. So, you know, not a lot. I mean, we're getting more speed from the X6 M non-Forza edition with this tuning setup. So why not? All right, so let's hop in. The Forza edition, by the way, of this car drives so good. It's such a great SUV, but it just doesn't get the top speed that I think this one gets. So we're going to go with that. All right, here we go. Oh, we didn't do a tour. Let's do a walkthrough. Now it's daytime, so we can look at it from anywhere. Except this bush is in the way. all these trees that I broke. All right, so here we go. You know, not the newer styling of the BMW. Kind of like the 90s look of the BMW, for sure. Very nice, though. All right. Nothing crazy in this car, right? It's to the point. All right, we're back here, breaking trees. Let's hop inside. Basic BMW M styling. So you get blacked out steering. I like that. All right, let's hop back on out and let's give it a go. Whew, crazy acceleration. Okay, this acceleration feels the same level as the Trackhawk. The handling is similar to the Trackhawk, but better. All right. So we are at similar speeds, 228. 228 miles per hour lands us almost smack in the middle of the water. All right. So the Trackhawk still got us more airtime than this car. And you know what? The acceleration at the higher speeds after 200 was a bit sluggish. Trackhawk, the tune that I had, would get up to 235 miles per hour, and then the acceleration was a little bit on the sluggish side. But this one had a hard time getting to 235. All right, but it got to 200 pretty quick. So I was a little bit surprised. All right. Definitely cool car, but I have to say the Bentley did better than this. The Bentley Bentega felt better than this. I would prefer the Bentley Bentega over this performance class S2 M5 or X5, I should say, X5 M. All right, 360 done. So this is a common car. There's nothing special about this car, but you can get very high speeds with it and very good acceleration. So as an SUV, it's definitely one of the top picks. But it didn't make it past for us. Like for us, Bentley Bentega is number 2, and the Trackhawk so far is number 1 with the fastest one we got. Let's take a look at car mastery here. As you can see, I haven't done anything because I don't really drive SUVs in this game. But now that we're here, we might as well unlock a few things. And that's all you got. You don't have any wheel spins or anything. It's a common car. But the Forza points you get 10 of up there once you get there. So that's pretty cool. All right. With that, let's do our barrel roll that we didn't get to do yet. Yeah, that acceleration to 100 is just incredible. Hey, Ruli. Welcome, welcome, Ruli. All right, here we go. So once again, getting to 220. You know, sluggish now. But the handling is great. Ooh, almost had a clean barrel. Didn't do a great job on that. All right. But look at that. Straight. Like nothing happened. We out here. First try landing on the bridge. All right. But the barrel was kind of whack. So it does handle nice, right? You know, these BMWs and the Porsches, they handle real nice in the game. And for that, it is worth a try. And it's a common car. Anybody can get this car. It's very easy to get in Forza. But it's one of the fastest SUVs in the game, as you can see. The Forza Edition 1 is also very fast, handles better than this. But as far as the acceleration is concerned, they're both exactly the same. Really cool. All right, let's try one more barrel. See if we can get a cleaner barrel this round. There you go. All right, cleaner barrel. There you go. That was a better barrel. Not sure if we're landing on the bridge this time. We are a little bit off, but it's funny how these cars land sometimes. They're just too funny. All right, here we go. So there you have it. That was a BMW X6 M. One of the fastest, but definitely gonna make it. Maybe, I guess you could say this will be a close contender with the Porsche we had, but the Porsche was a little bit, it went a little bit further, did a little bit more. So we're gonna have to go with Trackhawk #1 so far, Bentley Bentega #2, and the Porsche #3. And just like that, we are done. Let's go to our next car. What's the next SUV? Samuel, what's up? We're doing the fastest SUVs in Forza Horizon 5. All right, next up. We're doing the Maserati Levant. Let's go to Maserati Levant. And there it is. It's Levant S. I've never driven this car before, so should be interesting. Let's do a little walk around. Back looks very Maserati-like. Front grille, very Maserati-like. Got the Trident. Very cool. All right. Kind of like, I don't know. Gives me Alfa Romeo vibes a little bit. Ooh. The handling feels a lot sharper. Not as stiff. Soft handling. But a lot sharper. All right. Here we go. Ooh, look at those giant flames in this tuning setup. So here we go. Let's go. Whew, those flames are extra large. All right, a little bit slower to get to 200 though, I'll tell you that. But now it's catching up. Wow, okay, surprise. 235, 237. Wow, okay. 237 miles per hour, and it takes us all the way through the bridge. What? It crossed the river, guys. The first SUV to cross the river in our list. So this clearly wins #1 spot. Did not expect that from the Maserati. Who knows about this car anyway? What the heck? Let's go inside. Okay. Handles kind of like that Aston Martin. Not terrible. Not awesome, but pretty good for an SUV. But that speed. It has that Trackhawk type of speed. Woo! Wow. Really, really fast. Okay. Woo! $360 done. Next. Wow. Okay. This thing is a beast. I am liking this. Wow. Don't sleep on the Maserati. Not a lot of great Maseratis in this game, but or in real life. But wow. All right, this was great. Let me get some more footage out of this. See what we can do. But this round we're gonna try to do a barrel. All right, here we go. Woo! I was gonna say, like, getting up to 200 didn't feel as fast compared to the Trackhawk, but man, it got up there. Wow. And the barrel. Look at this thing. Even with the barrel, it almost crossed the river. Wow. And really well balanced too. Didn't slide around everywhere, doesn't spin out. Oh man, this is a good find, huh? What's up, Car Revs? Welcome, welcome. We are testing out the fastest SUVs in Forza Horizon 5. And we've tested out a bunch so far. And this Maserati, you came in at the right time, because this Maserati just topped the charts right now. Went all the way to the top. Alright, we had the Trackhawk as number 1, but now the Trackhawk is number 2 because the Trackhawk didn't cross the entire river. This one got more footage. The Maserati Levant S gets us the number 1 spot as the fastest SUV in Forza Horizon 5 so far. There's more. Alright, the Porsche Cayenne was on the list. The Aston Martin DBX was on the list. The Bentley Bentega was on the list. And Bentley Bentega is now dropped to spot number 3. All right. Wow. That is pretty cool. Did not expect that at all. Cool car. All right. Here we go. If you didn't know about this, now you know. Let's take a look at Car Mastery here. What do we got? All right. Not much. But we do have 10 Forza points up there. All right, and then the usual. A lot of the SUVs have almost the same exact skill tree, I'm finding. A lot of the fast ones, anyway, have the same exact skill tree, pretty much. All right, so there you have it. Now it's time to switch on to a different car. Our next, so here's what we've tried so far. Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk, Porsche Cayenne Turbo, Aston Martin DBX, Bentley Bentega, BMW X6 M, and now the Maserati Levant. Next up is a Mercedes-AMG G63. This is a crazy truck. Let's go ahead and, I don't even know if it should be considered an SUV. This is not the SUV version, but I think there's another version of this truck. I should just try the G65 instead. But this is the one I have, all right? The G63 AMG 6x6. I feel like that should disqualify it, but it's supposed to get pretty fast, all right? And it's a cool looking truck, so I thought I'd add it to the list. Maybe we'll try the other one too. No, we don't know about the next Forza, but 2026 seems to be the year of both Grand Theft Auto and Forza. So we'll see what happens. Maybe they'll do a staggered release. Look at this thing. Very cool. 6-wheeler. Giant tires. Dope. G-Wagon looking thing. And inside, that's what we have. All right. Let's go back out. This one's going to need a little bit of a head start, I would say. Right? So we got to go back a little bit. This one's not going to catch speed. Not to my knowledge. But it is supposed to be one of the fastest cars in the game. Fastest SUVs or trucks in the game. So there you go. I feel like this is a separate video. For this one, I should just do trucks, because this is not really, once you add that trailer bed, it's not an SUV, it's a truck. It's a proper truck. So, but in any case, pretty speedy. I don't think it's gonna crack anything. But yeah, we were barely getting to 200, but we are gonna get to 200. It is pretty fast for the big giant thing that it is. 216 miles per hour. Giant thing. Look at that. It's basically a G-Wagon turned, or G65, with a trailer bed attached to the back. Alright. Let's see if I can barrel this thing. That'll be an achievement. But this is definitely not even in our top 5. Alright, instead of this, I should try the G65. So that's what I'll do. But we are going to do a quick barrel now that we have the car in front of us. Why not? Let's do a barrel. Yeah, people are saying Japan for Forza Horizon 6, and I wouldn't mind Japan. There was a rumor about China being a part of the plans also. So I really was excited about China because, you know, Japan is great also. Japan has a better, I think, a more rich car culture, obviously. You know, so many amazing Japanese cars, race cars that we know of. You know, the NSXs and the GTRs and whatnot. So it's definitely cool. And the JDM scene is obviously a whole different thing. So I'm down with Japan for the next Forza. But I just thought, in terms of visuals and diversity, I just thought China was gonna be a cooler pick, just because, you know, I expected like a bigger map for China, landmarks and whatnot. Oh, what am I doing? Look at this. We're just doing a 180 in the air. That's all we're doing with this. And look at that. No, 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 don't fall. Don't, no, bro. Oh, man. At least it's going to stay upside down. All 6 wheels. You get to see everything. Look at that. It brings us right back. I like it when it's upside down because then you don't have to go drive all the way back. This thing is pretty cool, though. Dan loves cars. Dan, I'm not going to be able to pull an all-liner, but I'm here. I'm here for a little bit. We're doing our fastest SUVs in Forza Horizon 5. All right, and we've already tried like 5 cars, and so far, surprise, surprise, the fastest SUV has been the Maserati Levant S. That's been the fastest SUV. An SUV I didn't even know about before, like, thinking about this video, I'll be honest. But it's an SUV I have, and we tried it, and it crossed the river. The only SUV that crossed the entire river on this jump. That is rare. Most cars can't even do that. So that SUV could do it. That's pretty impressive. All right, this one I'm trying to do a barrel now, and then we move on to our next one. So the reason why I was doing this video is because I never drive SUVs in this game. Usually it's always cars. And so I was like, why not? Let's force ourselves to kind of check out some of these SUVs, because a lot of people love them and I think they're cool cars. Look at that barrel. It also has 6 exhaust pipes, or at least 6 exhaust tips. All right, very cool. Very awesome. That's the end of that. So we're gonna switch on to the next one. We're gonna try the Mercedes G65, the AMG G65, because that actually counts as an SUV. This one didn't really count as an SUV. See, this is, it has an SUV body, but obviously with a trailer bed attached, which makes it kind of, I don't know, a bigger truck. And it's a 6x6, so it doesn't really, I should not have added this to the list. But since it was on my list, I figured I'd do it anyway. It's like a nice intermission between the real cars, the real SUVs. All right, now we're gonna try to switch on to the next one. All right, so the next one is our Mercedes. No, I didn't want to do that. Oh, what did I do? Whatever. We'll drive our car over there. My cars. So G65 AMG is what we're going to end up doing instead. Because why not? Here we go. Oh, it brought me here. You know what? Why don't I do a fast travel? Because I don't want to have to drive all the way over. All right, let's see where the fast travel leads us. Oh, it actually brought us right here. Great. This never happens. Just so you know, this never ever happens. Oh, the ramp is over there too. I don't need to be in the ramp. This is where I need to be. All right, so this is G65, a very popular, very famous car. SUV, I should say. All right, we're gonna pull back a little bit. See if we can get as much of the speed as we can. Look at this car. Looks very nice. Those exhaust pipes sticking out from the bottom left of the rear door. That's pretty cool. It's a cool touch. The back looks very G-Wagony. And there you go. We got a little gold trim on the side view mirrors. The front looks pretty dope. Those LEDs under the headlights look really nice. I love it. I love the styling of this car. Alright, let's see what's the top speed here. We've tuned it up to performance class S2. Alright, we're about to cross 200. I think we'll do that, but we probably won't go much past 200. That's what's feeling like. Alright, yeah. We're not doing too much. So there you go. Yep. Yeah, just got to the beach. Entry into the water. Alright, so definitely not one of the fastest in the game. Doesn't even make the top 5 on our list. But our list is pretty cool. We got the Maserati Levant S as our number 1 fastest. The Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk as our number 2. And the Bentley Bentega as our number 3. 2 surprises in that list. Trackhawk was not a surprise because everybody knows about the Trackhawk being a very fast SUV. But the Bentayga was a surprise. And then I can't get over the Maserati. It's unbelievable that that thing was as fast as it was. And it crossed the river. That's crazy. Alright, one more time. This time around we're going to do a barrel with our G65. See if I can get this thing to roll over there. I think it's going to be a challenge. Its handling is poor. It's worse than the Trackhawk, I feel like. The Trackhawk handling was horrible. Like, I couldn't even keep that car straight. Yeah, this is gonna be hard. But we made it. Look at that. Different jump, same result. We are even more further back, but usually barrel rolls they don't get as much airtime. Barrel rolls make the jump a little bit shorter, so no surprise there. So there you have it. Another one bites the dust. And next up is one of the fan favorites. I mean, everybody loves this one. We're going to do the Lamborghini Urus. That's our next one. Alright, nice little whip around. Let's go to the Lamborghini. Oh, by the way, if you were interested in car mastery, here's what we've got. You know, the same old for SUVs. All right, next up, Lamborghini. All right, and I got me a red Urus 2019, one of the fastest SUVs in the game. Let's see what it gets us. First, having a look around. Beautiful. Oh man, one of the nicer looking SUVs. Very low profile, very Lamborghini-esque. The front, you definitely can tell it's a Lamborghini. All right. Even the back, right? Very, very nice touches as far as Lamborghini is concerned. Their styling is nice. All right, I'm gonna give it a good enough runway here. Let's hop in. This is what it looks like on the inside. Very sporty, carbon fiber, giant pedals. Very nice looking modern look. Similar dash to a lot of the, I feel like, Aventadors and things. But here we go. Let's take it out for a spin. Okay, this feels really fast. Yeah, this feels really fast. All right, we got to 200 already. That feels like we got there pretty quick. Very nice. Wow, okay. 238 miles per hour. That's what we're getting, but it is not going far. Huh. Didn't travel very far. Isn't that cool? That's interesting. Right? It got the same speed as the Maserati, pretty much. And the Trackhawk, but just didn't travel as much. However, they have the aerodynamics tweaked out for this car, and the weight ratios. Clearly, it's not meant to travel too far. All right, that's interesting. We can try one more, and then we'll just try barrel. Surprising result. Hi, General Legend. What's up? We are testing out, or trying to figure out, which are the fastest SUVs in Forza Horizon 5. And so far, our list is pretty surprising. We have a Maserati Levant as our fastest SUV. Now, fastest in terms of not top speed, but basically the ones fast enough to get us the highest airtime. So yeah, fastest in that way. All right. And the Lamborghini, surprisingly, got a lot of speed, but it didn't get us a lot of airtime. So I guess on the road, this could be considered still in the top 5 because it is pretty fast. I'm going to try to do a barrel. Oh, handles real well too. This one handles pretty good. Very nice. Landing on all fours like nothing happened. But it does stay low. It doesn't fly too much. So it's not going to travel too much in the air, just the way I'm getting the feeling as I'm driving it. And the 2 jumps that we did, it didn't go too high. So however they have the aerodynamics configured, Raphael, welcome, and thank you for the comment, man. We'll check it out. That Fair Lady car I drove a long time ago, so that must have been an old video. But I appreciate you checking it out. All right, one last time. We'll hop inside this round. We're going to try to do a straight one. All right, we're back out. Let's see if it's going to get us better airtime this round. No, it's not going where I thought it would go. 1950, all right. Almost as close to the Trackhawk. The Trackhawk, I think, got us like 2,000 something. Almost crossed the river. This one kind of gets us midway, almost midway to the river. That was pretty cool. Now we're on to our next car. And I'm about to reveal what that car is. So far, number 1 is the Maserati Levant S. Number 2 is Bentley, the Trackhawk. Number 3 is Bentley Bentega. All right, that's what we've got so far. And the Urus would be number 4 in our current scheme of things. All right, let's change the car. So the next one might surprise you a little bit, but this is the Rivian. All right. Never drove this car, but this is the R1S. Rivian R1. We're about to get the delivery. And here we go. Very Range Rover kind of styling on this, except the front, obviously. Those vertical lights are definitely weird. It's got a lot of EV, feel, obviously. That's what Rivian does. All right, this is the R1S. Very quiet EV, as you would expect. All right, so this is a EV that is that is an SUV, as you would expect from Rivian. All right, here we go. Inside, this is what it looks like. You know, 2 screens, a bit of wood, you know, paneling and touches. That's pretty cool. The trim is nice. It's interesting. And we hop back on out. Let's go. All I gotta do is floor it, right? There's nothing else to do. It's an electric. Wow. Okay, definitely one of the faster ones, but not the fastest. Ooh, that was a nice launch. About 223 miles per hour. It does stay in the air. Look at that. Can float. Gets more airtime. 2,100. It got more airtime than the Trackhawk, I feel like. Alright, so this might dethrone the Trackhawk. The electric comes at you. All right, we're gonna try to do a barrel roll. It's so weird when when you're driving the electrics in this game. I feel like Forza has one of the best sounds in car games. I mean, there's really not a lot of competition in car games, but obviously you have Assetto Corsa, you know. Assetto Corsa Evo has really good car sounds. I loved it, actually. Feels really nice. Sounds really good. But Forza is also known for having great graphics, but also really good sound. And then all of a sudden you get an EV, and it's super quiet. It's so weird. It's so weird. You don't expect that. All right, let me try to give it... Bro, what's up with all these trees? Just give me a runway. All right, I'm going to try to go back a little bit more. Drive reverse. It's my driver's test. All right. A little bit of a runway. We're going to give it a go. Here we go. All right. So one more time. This time we'll try to do a barrel. I kind of want to do another straight, though. Let's do another straight, and then we'll come back to do a barrel. I want to do another straight. I want to see if, you know, a just slightly different angle would change the airtime. Okay. Slightly different angle. I went right this time on the ramp. Last time I went left on the ramp. 2151. Okay. I don't think it's much different from what I got the last time. But wow, this car is fast. All right, so, oh man, now it's getting kind of real close. So I'm gonna have to put this one above the Trackhawk, I think. All right, the Trackhawk's still like accelerated faster than this. So I think top speed wise, the Trackhawk was still faster. So maybe the Trackhawk stays ahead of this. But in terms of airtime, this one got more airtime because I think it's lighter. So it got more airtime. So there you have it. We still got in first place the Maserati Levant S. Then we got the Trackhawk, and now in number 3 we got the Rivian, followed by number 4 the Bentayga. All right. Okay, we could do a little 362. I'm fine with that. All right, barrel roll time. So we're gonna have to go all the way back this round. We just wanna go straight. Try to do a barrel roll. Here we go. Last jump with the Rivian. What was the name of this thing again? Rivian R1S. Here we go. Inside, here's what it's looking like. All right, this is the barrel. This doesn't handle too bad. Ooh, that was a nice barrel. Very stable. Gets us right in the middle of the river. Man, it still really does fly through. Almost across the river, just, you know, sliding. That's crazy. All right, a really light car. A great fast SUV. Definitely a fast SUV. I just earned a skill point, which reminds me, let's look at the skill tree. What is this cop doing here? Let's pull over this cop. Woo! Some nice surprises in our list. That's cool. I like that. Thanks everybody for joining, whoever's here. What we've been trying to do is find our fastest SUVs in Forza Horizon 5 in this live stream, and things have been pretty good and pretty surprising too. Trackhawk everybody knew about, but Trackhawk has dropped down to number 2. Number 1 is Maserati Levant S, Trackhawk, Rivian, Bentley Bentega. That's what we got. And then the Urus, the Lamborghini Urus, is number 5 right now. All right, we're done with the Rivian. Next up. So I'm really excited about this last car. I kind of wanted to save the best for last. So I hope it's the best. I don't know, but I keep hearing about it. So this car right here, the BMW iX xDrive 50. This is supposed to be the fastest, and I'm about to find out, I guess. All right, this car is actually pretty hard to get. Now, let me show you how hard it is to get and to give you an idea of what this car really is worth. It says 250,000 credit for the car, the BMW iX, the 2022. But if, let's actually go home. This is our last one. After this, the live stream is going to be over anyway. But let me show you what I mean about the value of this car and how crazy this car is. We're going to hop into the BMW iX, and then I'll show you around the auction to kind of help you see the value of this car. Get in. Really cool looking car. All right, let's do Forza Vista real quick while we're at it. Remove all the badging. Look at that. That modern BMW electric hybrid look. Very cool. The iX. All right. We open everything up. Wide open trunk. Very cool looking car. We did the full walkthrough. All right. Borderless windows. I thought I just went in. All right. Let's hop in. Very modern finish inside. Very modern, super cool looking. You know, top and bottom flat steering wheel. Very cool. All right, now let's go to see how much this car is worth in the auction house. BMW iX. That's the car. Guys, starting bid 6 million. The first one starting bid 10 million. Buyout at 10 million. Look at this. This is how valuable and precious this car is in Forza Horizon 5. Probably one of the most valuable cars, and definitely the most valuable SUV. Hands down, nothing is more valuable than this. Look at this. Because I tried to buy this off of the auction for this video, and I was like, I can't even afford this. There's no way I can get it from the auction. Look at the pricing. Crazy. And they're going, like, it's changing every second. See, it changes right away. Like, people are bidding. They're stocking this car. It's crazy. All right. So here's how I got it. I went to backstage, baby. Backstage. And in the backstage shop, you have the iX. All right. There it is. It's right there. Backstage. So if you got a backstage pass, you know, this might be the best way to get one. And it comes in at performance class A. It doesn't even come in at performance class S1 or S2. But in any case, this is the most valuable SUV in the game. And it's allegedly the fastest SUV in the game also. All right. So, you know, go to Forzathon, get yourself a hall pass. Hall pass, I said. Get yourself a backstage pass. All right. And then get yourself the car. That's the best way to buy this car, not through the auction. Don't get ripped off there. All right. So with that, let's go ahead and take it out for a spin. We have a tune on this car right now because I wanted it to be the fastest possible tune that we could get. So let's see. All right. Another electric. Yeah. Really fast. Oh my gosh, yes. I'm gonna have a hard time controlling this thing. Really fast. And then it's heavy on the rear wheels, it feels like. It's trying to spin out. But it is obviously one speed. There's no speeds. We're gonna drive over without crashing. Or I'm gonna try anyway. Look at this. Oh, 200 miles per hour. No problem. Look, I turned it a little bit and it's like spinning out of control. This tuning setup that I have on it is kind of just crazy. You know, it's meant to be a drag strip kind of a beast. Not really something you take around the bends, especially at those high speeds. So let me try to just calm down a little bit and, you know, drive a little bit more carefully to get us there in one piece. But this is the BMW iX. There you go. Driving like a grandpa will get us there without getting hurt. So we'll do that. So 100 miles an hour, you know, it takes the bends fine in this tuning setup, but anything over, yeah, past 115, I feel a lot of shaking, and obviously that's what's doing the trick, right? So there we are. We're back at the jump though. And the nice thing about the jump is I don't have to turn the car too much. We just got to go straight. So we'll be able to floor it. We'll be able to get it to its max speed and want to see what that is. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, baby. Here we go. Inside, here's what we're working with. Alright, so in this particular setup, in this tuning setup, the handling isn't that great. It's meant to just go straight and keep straight. We got what we got, right? But right now I'm going 240. Didn't even realize how fast I was going. This is crazy. Unbelievable. Alright, this one is not going to need all that run up that I was giving all the other cars. Alright, it's not going to need that. I'm just gonna keep on slamming into these trees. All right, so we'll just take it from here. There you go. Quiet assassin right here. The BMW iX. Easily the fastest SUV in the game. Look at that speed. 270 miles per hour. We're going. 276 is when I hit the ramp. Can you believe this? It's obviously gonna cross a river. And this is our #1 car. Fastest SUV in the game. The BMW iX. It's electric. you know, it is what it is. These electric cars we know are fast. So this takes the #1 spot. And then number 2 is the Maserati Levant S. And number 3 is the Trackhawk. So, and then number 4 is the Bentley Bentega. Hey Theo, what's up? This car is crazy, Theo. You definitely want to try this car out. Get that backstage pass. Get this car. The thing is, you know, I'll be honest, it's not all that fun to drive. It's electric. You know, 1 speed. What are you going to do with that? You know? So it is what it is. But it has a really high top speed. And the acceleration is very fast. Let me see if I could take it all the way back like I did with the other cars. It's only fair. And see if we can get even a higher top speed. I'm curious. Just for curiosity's sake, let's do this. Let's give it a bigger runway. We're already doing 100 miles an hour. Before I even hit the runway, on dirt, I was doing 110, 115 miles an hour. All right, so catching up very quick. Easily 250 right there. Whew. 272, 275, 278. My gosh. 278 miles per hour. Cross that river. Get to 2,500 feet. 2,500 feet in this SUV. No other SUV can do this. Alright, so there we have it. This is our fastest SUV in the game, the BMW iX, and I'm gonna do a quick barrel with it if I can manage that. I mean, every little steering movement I make, the thing starts to spin out, so that's very annoying. But let's see if I can get it to barrel a little bit. That'll be cool. All right, and I'm also gonna try to do a 360 here, see what I can do. At 230 is fine. There you go. All right, not bad. Not a bad 360. You know, still learning. All right, here we go. This time around, speed matters less. I'm trying to go for a barrel, but I am going to floor it. You know how I do. We're going to floor it, and we're going to try to get to that barrel. And then we'll look at the skill tree. I actually haven't even looked at the skill tree of this car. I literally just got it this morning. All right. There's your barrel. Very fast barrel. It did that spin real quick, and now it's just stable. And just like that. We're on the sand, on the beach. This car looks nice, too. I actually do like how it looks. I like the lights in the back. The grill in the front, I'm kind of 50-50 on. I still don't know how I feel about it. Oh, great. All right, turn it back around. Yeah, see, it kind of like whips out like a rear wheel drive, but it's an all-wheel drive. It's crazy. If I floor the throttle, it spins out through the rear. And the front wheels don't seem to be doing much, but in any case, here we are. We're gonna try the barrel one more time. My gosh. Whew. It gets so fast. There you go. These guys want to race. They don't know about my fast iX. Alright, we're going to try to do a barrel, though. We're not worried about these guys that we just smoked. Okay, that was a little bit of a better barrel. Let's see if I... no, still didn't get on the bridge. But almost cleared the river again. Man, this car is crazy. All right, the speed on this car, untouchable. Untouchable. I mean, it's one of the fastest cars in the game, not just a fastest SUV. You know, it's getting almost the same kind of speeds as the Diablo GTR. Can you believe that? The Lamborghini Diablo GTR gets similar speeds. I'm going to show you right now. All right, we'll do a Lamborghini Diablo GTR, which is one of the fastest. It's not the fastest. Obviously, the Venom F5 and the Jesco are very fast, but anything below 300, the cars that are, you know, that don't get to exactly 300, among them is the Diablo GTR, and this, you know, got to 270, 278. 278 miles per hour this thing can go. All right, let me do a Diablo GTR to give you a sense of where that one is, but let's do a wheel spin first. Oh, the legendary Wallow horn. Okay, whatever that is. Oh, car mastery while we're at it. Before we switch, here's what we've got. All right. See, this would drift. I knew it because of the way it was handling the rear. All right. So that's what we get. Nope, nothing left. But we also get 10 Forza points, which is nice. So definitely the fastest in the game. The fastest SUV in the game. Let's go to Diablo GTR, and then we'll do our 3 finalists, right? Our top 3. We'll do one more time. So Lambo Diablo, where you at? I got 2 Diablo GTRs. The one that I'm going to use is the one with the Performance Class X. I mean, it's maxed out all the way, right? There's not much missing in that car. Car is crazy. One of my favorites. Looks real cool. Sounds real great. We're going to give it a runway a little bit. All right, here we go. All right, so just watch the speed compared to the BMW iX. Right? The iX got us 277, 278. This is getting us 271. 271 miles per hour. Diablo GTR also crosses the river. 2300. And the iX had, I think, more airtime. So just to compare the BMW iX to one of the fastest cars in the game, the Diablo GTR, gives you an idea how precious, how special the BMW iX really is in this game. And when you saw, you know, in the auction, it was going for 10 million credits, 9 million credits. I mean, that car is really valuable. It's really cool. It's definitely unique, and it's easily the fastest SUV in the game. All right, now let's go backwards. We'll start with Bentley Bentega. Then we'll go to our next fastest was the Trackhawk. All right, so let's start with Bentley Bentega one more time. That car surprised me how fast that car was. All right, let me get back to Bentley Bentega. Here we go. All right, we're back in Bentley Bentega. Hey, look at this guy. My username on here is on my car's license plate, Zigzag YT, Zigzag YouTube. Zigzag used to be our old YouTube channel name. We have changed our channel name since to RPM Reload because we not only like to play racing games, we also like to play a lot of shooting games. So I'm going to be posting videos both related to car racing, a lot of Forza stuff, but also some first-person shooter, third-person shooter stuff that I really enjoy playing. And I'm going to be sharing or showcasing some of that too in later videos. Right now I'm playing the finals, and I'm waiting for battle. What just happened? Okay, no, we're good. Okay, yes. So I haven't played Call of Duty as much, but I like shooting games a lot. So RPM, Reload is all about cars and guns. All right, here we go. Bentley Bentega. All right. Catches some real good airtime compared to some of the other cars. Right near the edge, 2,111. All right, that's the footage we got. Next up is going to be our Trackhawk. And then we'll do the Maserati. So the Bentayga holds spot number 4 in our ranking as the 4th fastest SUV in the game, catching us the most airtime and getting a pretty good top speed. On the ground, it's pretty equal to the Maserati, but in the air the Maserati traveled a bit more. Alright, so here we go. Time to get into the Trackhawk. Really fast car though. Alright, Grand Cherokee Trackhawk, we're back to you. Poor handler. Oh, the worst feeling car was this one in terms of steering. It's terrible. Alright, but I didn't give this one a good enough run up, so we're gonna go back a little bit. Alright, we're gonna go back, we're gonna give it a fair shot also. Alright. Acceleration is so fast on this thing. Already at 200. Really does go pretty fast. $243 miles per hour. Man. If it wasn't too heavy, 2184. So you saw very close to the Bentley Bentega. But on the road, this is way faster than the Bentley Bentega. On the road, it accelerates faster and gets to a higher top speed. But the Bentley Bentega handles way better. So I think in a race, if it's not a drag, you know, the Bentega would have an edge because it just handles way better. You'll be able to actually drive it fast and take turns, take the bends on the road a lot better without crashing. With this thing, with this tune anyway, I'm not able to drive anything, you know, other than just straight. This thing is kind of crazy. It handles crazy. All right, so there you go. The Bentayga was spot 4. Trackhawk is spot 3. And now we're going to Maserati. The Maserati Levant S. This might also clarify who really belongs to spot number 2, the Maserati or the Trackhawk. We're about to find out right now. Let's switch over. So here we go, the Maserati Levant, and we're gonna give the Levant a nice run up also. I feel like I've driven down this strip or this trail in the jungle so much, and it's still so many trees and stuff are still standing and intact. All right, here we go. Let's give it a go. Woo! This thing is fast. All right, so not getting the Trackhawk speeds on the ground. Probably short by 10 miles. It's getting 230, 238, 239. Okay, so actually got to the same place. But this one, it just travels way farther in the air and gets us 2,300 footage of airtime. All right, so definitely this is the number 2 car. All right, the second, this is very surprising to me, by the way. I'm very surprised by this. I didn't know about this car at all. All right, so this is the Levant S or Levante S. Very cool. All right, I am impressed. And it handles good. This handles way better than Trackhawk. So in my book, this is definitely number 2 because I like handling. I like a better handling car. It's a little bit smaller than the Trackhawk. It's lighter than the Trackhawk. It's lower than the Trackhawk. So overall, the driving experience is way better than the Trackhawk, and I appreciate that. And it does good 360s. Hey, look at that. All right, so definitely number 2. We have arrived at number 2, and number 3 is the Trackhawk, and now back to our number 1, which is the BMW iX. Man, I am shocked about this car. Look at this thing. It's a rare car, highly valuable, 10 million credits. And here we go. One last time, guys. One last time. The BMW iX. Definitely wants to drift. Oh, gosh. Hey, Jimmy, what's up? Welcome. Jimmy, I'm about to head out. 276 miles per hour. Unbelievable. For an SUV. 2,400 feet. Easy winner. Our fastest SUV in Forza Horizon 5 is the 2022 BMW iX xDrive E50. xDrive 50, not E50. There's too many words going on in this car name. All right, but let's just call it the BMW iX. It's all electric, obviously, and it's super, super fast. They say we could drift this thing. All right, they say we could drift this thing. So, I don't know. I guess we could. I guess we could. I guess we could drift it. Man. All right, so this is there's some fun potential in this car too. Look at that. So to recap everything one last time in today's live stream, we were on a mission, on a hunt, and finding out which SUV in the game is the fastest SUV of Forza Horizon 5. And this car that you're looking at right in front of you, the BMW iX, is the fastest SUV in the game. It is not only the fastest SUV in the game, it is also the most valuable SUV in the game. It is also one of the, just in general, fastest cars in the game. All right, so lots Lots of interesting things going on with this car, but we're gonna give it full advantage on this one and start from all the way back here and give it a full go and try not to crash. All right, already about to be 200 miles per hour, just like that. As the sun sets, we're out here driving 200 miles per hour, 250 now. All right, here we go. Woo! My gosh. This thing is so fast. Unbelievable. I'm just gonna drive through this river. Oh, it's so fast. Okay. You feel how fast it is, too. Unbelievable. I can't believe for so long I didn't know about this car. I had no idea about this car. But I was doing some research and I was trying to look at some SUVs. And this name, the BMW iX, kept on coming up. And I was like, all right, where is this car? How do you get this car? And nobody could find this car. So I went to the auction. The auction said 10 million credits. I said, no, thank you. I tried, just the back of my mind was, I thought, you know what? Let me try backstage. Horizon backstage might be the place. And it sure was. That's where I got it and paid nothing. I just spent my one backstage pass and that was lovely. That was awesome. All right, we're gonna try to do a barrel. Nope, not today, she said. But we are gonna go to the other side of the bridge and land backwards. Can you believe that? And it's nighttime again. We have spent 2 full days in Forza Horizon 5 land. When I started, it was daytime. It turned night, turned day, and now it's night again. So we have been on the game clock 48 hours into the game. Alright, I'm going to try to do one more barrel, and then we'll call it a quit. What a journey this has been today. Wow. Lots of surprises. Both cars in the numbers 1 and 2 spot are complete surprises for me. Number 3 spot, the Trackhawk. I expected that to be number 1. I expected that. But did not expect the iX or the Maserati Levant to be holding positions 1 and 2 in the fastest SUVs in the game list. But that's what they've done. Very nice. All right, here we go. Our last one. Let's end this on this jump where we have been the whole video. There you go. Nice barrel. Nice way to end. On our trunk. On the island. Beautiful. There you have it, friends. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks to all those who joined in today. Hope you found that interesting. For me, this car is very interesting, and so is the Maserati Levant S, and I'm really surprised. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.